Hello YouTube, and welcome to Battle Family Prep, where we cover everything hiking, camping, and prep. As you've seen in the video, last video, we covered my food pantry, the items that we stock in our food pantry, and we kind of went over the reasons to stock water. You know, you got to have water. But also, whenever you've got freeze-dried food, you've got to have a way to prepare that food. It does no good to stock food if you are an all-electric home, you lose electricity. How are you going to cook your food? So with that being said, I kind of use the rule of 1 is none and 2 is 1. So, you know, if all else fails, I can always use my camping stove to boil water. I have this MSR head, which it works perfectly. It screws on these isopropylene bottles. You know, you can boil water very rapidly, very quickly. So as far as, you know, having freeze-dried food, this just screws on the bottle like that. Pot sits on top. It boils water very, very quickly. I was going to grab a bottle of water, and we'll just boil some water real quick, and we'll see how long this actually takes. So this just screws right to the lid, or to the bottle, sorry. And I'm going to grab a lighter. Grab a lighter and some water. Get us some water going here. I'm going to set this to the side. We're actually going to time this and see how long it takes to, I'm going to just pour in the whole bottle. We'll see how long it takes to get this to boil. So this is your knob for adjusting your temp. This thing will really get going. So that being said, I'm going to start the timer right now. We're going to put this on there. Make sure I get it on there straight since I'm in my garage here. And we'll see how long it takes to boil. I'll leave the lid off of it so we can tell. But usually when I'm on a camp, it doesn't take very long. This is how I make all my food when I'm camping. I take Mountain House bag food. You boil the water, you pour it in the bag, you stir it up, seal it up, wait 10 minutes, stir it again, and you're pretty much ready to eat. This thing will get to go. And you can also use this to start a fire. I mean, it doesn't take much here. So, looks like we're at about 52 seconds, 53. Hopefully I'll be able to show you this boiling. It's already starting to bubble on the bottom. So, it's actually very efficient. Very, you can turn this thing up pretty hot. We're starting to boil. We're not at a rapid boil yet. We'll let that go till we get a good rapid boil. We'll see how long it actually takes. So, we're almost 2 minutes. So like I said, I have this that is for camping, but also if I lose electricity or something like that, I am going to use this. I'm going to show you 3 more items that I can use if need be. And so down a little bit. All right, we're boiling. We'll see if we can see how long it takes for it to foam up and try to boil over here. And like I said, these cans last quite a while. This is a all-season fuel blend, so it's not going to mess up whenever it's super cold outside. There's nothing worse than taking a fuel that you actually have to warm up and get it warm before it'll start actually producing fumes so that you can, so about 3 minutes rapid boil. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna boil over. So 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Looks like what it took for that water to boil. I'm gonna go ahead and set this over here on the concrete. So, very, very efficient. This thing is very efficient. Very efficient. Like I said, that's the MSR camping, hiking stove that I use. Another item that we have for backup to cook with is we do have a Kingsford little mini grill. I also have a propane grill outside that has 4 burners and a single burner off to the side. So I can use that. I keep the propane tanks. I keep 4 of them around here full all the time. We have heaters that we can put on them to get heat in the home if we have to. But this here, I mean, you don't have to have charcoal for this. You can collect sticks, get you a good bed of coals in the bottom of this thing, and you're just fine. You can cook on it. It's got a good grill size. You can cook 3 steaks on it. We've done it 100 times. So this is just another, you know, added to what you already have. I mean, wood, people buy lump charcoal all the time. That's just wood, guys. So that's a good stove to have. We also have the Coleman propane that runs on these little propane tanks here. It's a 2-burner. It does have the side shields to protect it in the wind. It works great. I mean, we've cooked rice on it, all kinds of stuff when we go camping. I mean, this thing, it works great. It's not gonna boil water as fast as that, I guarantee it. But it will work. It will help you prepare the food that you have stocked up, that if you lose electricity and your house is all electric like mine, and now all of a sudden you don't have a way to cook it. So I do have another option that I could take out in the yard and I could throw wood in it. I'm gonna take the stack off. This is a camping stove for a hot tent. So this is a hot tent stove. You know, you just load wood up in it just like you would a, you know, fireplace at home. It does have the stack that goes out. Like I said, this doesn't need the spark arrestor. It does have a plate in here so that the fumes have to come up and go past that plate. This is not straight open, straight down into the firebox. So I just got this one. This one is a new addition for hot tenting. You know, it's not like the G stove where it has platforms on, but you can put a pan up here and cook just fine. You know, the difference between this and the G stoves that we have, those have pop-up racks where you can set your stuff over to the side. So, whenever you're talking about having your food and having a storage and having a pantry where you have this stuff stored up for these natural disasters, inclement weather, you don't want to get out and go to the grocery store, remember, you have to have a way to cook it. It makes no sense to store it up, to have freeze-dried food, if you don't have enough water to fix the food you have. That kind of go by what you've got stored up. It tells you what amount of water you have. Take that for all the food you have and have that much water to prepare all that food. And then also make sure you've got a way to cook it. Make sure you've got a way to boil the water, either put it in a pot. If you have to fill up a pot with water and you have to cook it and slow cook it on the stove, just make sure you've got alternate ways of preparing that food. And like I said, make sure that you've got more than one. One is none, two is one. So make sure you've got multiple ways. And also, if you've got an outside fire pit, make sure you got a grate or something like that you can set over that fire pit. I also have a propane, which is pretty much like a turkey deep fryer base, but I have a big wok that will sit down inside that. So I have that also as a cooking method. So just keep that in mind, guys. Anytime you're prepping food and you've got a pantry, like a walk-in pantry and things like that, and you're storing up freeze-dried food, make sure you got enough water to make all that food, plus enough water to drink, and, you know, do the things you need to do, but you gotta have a way to cook it. Keep that in mind, guys. Until next time, have a great day. If you like these videos, please subscribe, and please hit the like button. I sure appreciate you guys. Thanks.